When I play my own songs, I feel always as if I would just stand on stage and read my private journal in front of everyone. I give the most intimate emotions and deepest parts of myself to my audience every time. It's a very inspiring and challenging environment. Lewis. I live in Budapest, Hungary, and I play piano and guitar. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee, originally in the United States, and there are several reasons I decided to move to Budapest, but the main reason in the beginning was to study. It wasn't actually in Budapest, but I traveled a lot to the city. And every time I was here, I felt that, okay, one day I could see myself living here. It's really beautiful, and I made a lot of friends. And after the 2 years, I moved to Budapest to try out living here. When I walk around Budapest, I see a city that doesn't know how beautiful it is. Actually, Budapest is nicknamed Little Paris because of its architecture. It's very beautiful. Janka and I met in an interesting way because I got an opportunity to play a concert, a stadium concert for around 15,000 people. That was the biggest concert I've ever played.
You said, behold, for I will do something new, but I refuse to open up.
I felt that this song on piano that I chose was not, I don't know, it just seemed like it would be really nice with some kind of strings added to it.
Run to when I'm afraid.
In the end, I found out I could only choose one person, and that somehow ended up being Janka because, I don't know, the way she wrote to me and the way she seemed was really nice, and I thought, okay, let's try working together, and immediately we clicked. That was about 2 years ago, and we've been playing music ever since.
For me.
The reason I chose guitar and the reason I'm really attached to guitar is that, specifically acoustic guitar, is that it really reminds me of home. It reminds me of Nashville and everything that Nashville as a city represents, because it's very much a part of the culture there that you know how to play at least a few chords on guitar or some instrument, but guitar is the iconic instrument of Nashville. And my dad was also a guitar player. He bought me my guitar, which is still the one I use now, and so it's got some sentimental value as well. And I really look up to my dad, so it makes me really happy when I play my instrument. It makes me feel like I'm making him proud. Well, in my house growing up, we always had basically every instrument available to us because my parents really encouraged us towards music. And so we had a piano growing up, and it's funny because I wasn't really attracted to it at all. When it was in the house, I was just kind of staring at it like a boring piece of furniture, and my parents would ask if I want to play it, and I would always say no. But then when I became a teenager, then I made some friends, some really great friends in high school who played the piano beautifully. And I think just hearing people play it, because I wasn't around many pianists in my life, and just seeing people my age really passionate about this instrument made me think, maybe I should try this out. So one of my best friends in high school started to teach me how to play when I was 15. I do have something that I tend to think about every day that really becomes the theme for my life. First of all, to take every opportunity, even if it doesn't seem inside the box, and also to let things happen naturally. There's also a German poet, Rilke. He has a beautiful poem, and one of the lines is a prayer to God saying that let my life be like a river, no forcing and no holding back, the way it is with children. So just allowing yourself to move like a river through life, and let yourself be like a child, just being excited and exploring everything that you can about life.
to bed.
One of the things that I say all the time is, why fight it? That can sound like a giving up, but it's actually not giving up. It's talking about, if something good comes your way, why fight it? Why fight what's happening around you? Because I'm holding on so much to a picture that I think looks good for my life. But really, like, there's so much that we miss out on when we don't, like, keep an open mind.
To me.
To be honest, I don't listen to much Middle Eastern music, and I'm not very familiar with it. But as I was listening to it, because in the past month I've started to listen to more, my opinion is that, well, for me it's just a totally different world. But I love how there are so many different tones and notes and directions that you can go with it that are not typical for the way I grew up and the way I, you know, learned to play music or even look for music to inspire me. So it's a whole new side of music that I'm really excited to get to know. I was listening to several Middle Eastern songs and just familiarizing myself with the musical culture. And when I found this song, I thought it was so interesting to me because even though it's a Middle Eastern song, it also reminds me of something that could be Western as well. And when I heard it, it sounded like such a nice mix between the two worlds. And for me, this is why I really liked this song, and this is why I picked it, because I felt that it represents two, I don't know, styles, maybe musical styles meeting together, and I thought it was really nice. What I feel is that the Hungarian people don't actually know this about themselves. They don't know how much they have and how beautiful and rich their culture is, and all they can see is the oppression that they were under for years because of communism. So the communism, the history of what it's done to this country still leaves its mark, and it's still lingering in the air. But I really hope that with future generations, they will learn to embrace their own history and culture and see themselves as more beautiful and worthy to be recognized in the world.